Alright, so this is 35 minutes in a run. We'll give it a shot.
Better get yourself into a hazmat suit,
Skip
agent.
the intro. I'll try and
We
also
just got
talk
word that
about the way that I work. Hopefully I don't spawn on the northwest.
Readings indicate this area is safe.
Hopefully my push to talk is working. Spawned.
Warning.
So this is a start that's here. Usually you can go to helicopter crash sites that are here, but so what I'll actually do is I'll go kind of this way. There's a better starting point that you can do that's over to the left. Because usually you can try and rush to that helicopter site, but someone will probably be there. So
Core temperature is
this way I just kind of screw it. And what you do is you'll get, there's at least 2 weapon spawns. There's some tools and some other shit that'll be here because there's a police station that's across the street from where it is. Yeah. You can kind of work that way. I just kind of like going this way through the building. I could have gone down the alleys to the right, but I'll show at least like if you start off inside this safe house. So you kind of start inside this jewelry store area, but you run out, go to the back, run here. So I completely ignore all the starter area stuff. Really, you're going to find medicine elsewhere. You don't need to get a piece of fabric because, like this, you get fabric that's right outside. And this is actually, there's an agent that's there, so fuck him. So the big thing is to run down here into the basement. The guys up at the top don't have anything. There's right over here is a, so here's the NPCs, but kind of right now I'm just running around grabbing stuff. I need to try and get it quicker because so that guy doesn't come in. But noticed I think I got as an SMG that was in the beginning. Now most of this stuff you probably don't necessarily need to get it. I wouldn't say it's necessary because really most of the time I skip the whole light zone area and I run straight for the dark zone. To get in there you only need to get 2 blue fabrics, 2 blue tools. So tools are going to be kind of the harder ones to get. It's usually the one that's a little bit more rare to get because you're going to be getting clothing drops. You're going to get weapon parts like this. So you kind of don't need to worry about those. You'll get weapon drops, so you don't need to worry about those as much as well. Usually, to me, tools are the limiting factor. So anyway, going inside the police station, here's your second weapon that you've got. I got another fucking shotgun, which is crappy. So here I'll just kind of figure out what I've got, and I'll take the SMG, actually get rid of these. Pretty much I'm looking, in this case, this one you actually get the damage boost, so I'll just go through and get as much health as I can. Ignoring, well, I guess I'll get that, because ignoring electronics really for the most part.
Core temperature is below optimal levels.
Oh, and then I guess, so then the next thing usually is I'll get that area, but typically a place to go to, so you'll look here in Murray Hill. There's actually this little, kind of looks like a pulse that's here. Let's set your waypoint right there. That's where you're going to go. You're pretty much just beelining straight to that. So hopefully I can find something here that's healing, energy bars or something that'll probably help. Typically I don't like eating candy bars. Yeah, just in general. They don't last as long. Yeah, and so inside this, you can grab here, there's some tools. So now I'm going to be pretty much set to get into the dark zone. Really, I don't even need to come here, but I'll still just show this is areas that are along the way that you can kind of grab some stuff. Plus it's nice to just warm up anyway. So pretty much right there, I'm trying to also get electronics just to get a pulse, because a pulse really helps to figure out what you're doing. But, so again, on this part, I'm just heading straight up. You'll see as I'm going around, I could have grabbed that grenade thing that's over there, but really kind of don't care about it. So here's NPCs, you just kind of shock them, pick up guys. I'll sort through clothing typically later. Now most of the time stuff on this is you normally would be skipping NPCs, but in this case with the shock ammo that you end up having on it, it's actually really easy to run around. Ideally I want to actually have a LMG in this case. So here's more. See, like, you really don't have to actually have much survivability in this case. Oh, this is working. There's another tools that's here if we wanted to get that. So now I have way more than I need. So in that case, you could have waited for that guy to run around, but oh, and this is I'm at this park. I go to the left of the park because there's a hideout that's here. I won't actually go into it, but typically because I'm coming up here and I gotta warm up. So then this is where I'm looking at my stuff. Don't care about crit damage. Want one with health. Good here for that. So now I'm going on. Actually, I should probably
Detecting
just
lowering
look
of core
for
body
turns,
temperature.
'cause I think I had
Threat of
pair shoes.
hypothermia increased.
So then next up, there's a little thing here you can grab here if you are worried about those. Getting clothing. So now next up, there's going to be another. So there's a health pack that's here. So if you noticed, I skipped over 2 health packs. You don't necessarily need to get them. But now if you notice here, this is Lexington. So this is the entrance. There's some NPCs here. Typically they aren't actually there. That's actually an interesting thing to have them roaming that far. But anyway, there's a weapon that's here. That's PP-19. That's actually pretty decent. I'll probably put... Ooh, hurried is really nice too. So anyway, so now I have this. So really what I'm trying to do is actually have the most ammunition that I can. So if you see there's NPCs on the right, skipping them.
Body temperature is now critically below
So even at this
normal.
point too, like, I'm freezing. I probably don't need these, but I'll pick them up for shits and giggles. So there's going to be an entrance to come in. I don't want to go to that one to the right because there's a bomb in it. I'm actually going to warm up with this because there's these NPCs here. Because if you go down when you're cold, it sucks. Because then you, like, instantly die. And there's no way unless you get, like, resurrected by someone else.
Body temperature dropping below normal levels.
Canned food is good. So again, this weapon is actually really nice because having the hurried is eat canned food. It'd be really nice if I had like sustained or predatory. That would be ideal. There's NPCs that are here, but this is electronics. So I should have enough to upcraft and make my pulse, so I don't have to worry about that. So coming up to this area, there's going to be a group of LMGs. You can see them down there. Now you don't necessarily have to. You can see there's a bomb that's in here. You come in here. This is kind of just showing, grabbing some stuff. So there's a mask thing that's there. Well, via some sort of ammo. So here's the dudes here. And they usually typically will come following you here.
Drop in core temperature detected.
This is more than enough. I don't know why I'm stopping, honestly, at these things. Grab this other PP-19 because that's got hurried. So that gives me now 2 to run around. So what you're doing again is keep going up this way. there's these NPCs that are here. There's like one purple, which is here. There's medicines that's over to the left, but I typically don't care about those. There's another health pack that's medkit that's inside there, which I'll actually use this to get to full. Take this one, and then there's another one that's outside this way.
Core body temperature drop.
So now there's going to be those guys to the left, which is good. Don't have to fight them. There's going to be two LMBs here. Here's one. There's two or three Rikers that are here, but not sure if they're aggroed on me. Yep, they are. Alright, so going that way, now I'm coming up here. So if you notice, I kind of went through this little blockade area. Again, this is more stuff that you can get. So I have way more electronics than I need. This is more to get weapon parts if I need, which I'm actually going to make a purple LMG. There's one EMP thing that's there, shock one or whatever. There's another one that's right there. If you are running low on an ammo, or a weapon rather, you can come here. Nice, so I got an M249. Hopefully it has a decent talent, but... So now you come up this way. So that's where you basically get all your tools, and everything else honestly is in this. So if you can rush to anything, you should rush to that point. You can actually skip pretty much everything else that I did, and if you can get there first, it really helps. But then there's more tools here. So that basically gives you your tools. Hopefully you would get your fabric that you need. That would be back there. It would be one blue piece. There's another armor piece that's there. And there's a food piece that's here. And then you run into safe house. So this is for crafting. Normally I would craft like a level 1, level 2 filter, but in this case I don't really need it. There's kind of there's no need to have that at this point. I would like a life on kill on this, but I'll just take this one because that's health. Just for skill power. SMG damage is decent, but these have health on kill, so I actually want health on kill because health on kill is really nice. So make basic filter, then you can have additional med kit. I don't need an advanced filter. There's really no need to. So I'll make that. Support station is usually pretty good. It's got a shorter cooldown than first aid. PvE, I would use it, mainly because in PvE, you don't have to worry about like someone sneaking up on you, whereas in PvP, you can have someone who sneaks up like behind you, and they can actually see the healing radius of it like all over the place. And then I have to make a med kit because I use that to make the support station. Typically then I would go through and just make fabric on this just to make it so I don't have to run around in the dark zone. Because like 17 degrees below is pretty much all you need for the DZ. So I have this sniper rifle. That's basically all I need. And I should be good. So I didn't get any attachments or anything. I do have to do my skills.
Body temperature dropping below normal levels.
So yeah, the nice thing about LMGs is that you can basically go through and do, in that case, shoot the guys and do a lot of crowd controlled areas. Just go for the heavy guys first, and then try and go. I guess I didn't need to make a hat. Do I have better shoes? No. I got a better shirt. Nope. Okay, now I go in.
Drop in core temperature detected.
So I'm at minus 13, so I'm going to skip all the stuff here because I'm not getting... There's a weapons crate that's over to the left. This is a grenade, which is probably decent to pick up. Weapon parts, you'll need those.
Antiviral cache
There's
tagged
going
and
to
mapped in
be some
dark zone.
NPCs somewhere around here. There.
Warning. Infection levels increasing.
Okay, now I'm going to go kill the NPC pack that's up here. And pretty much, I guess on this, I don't necessarily even need probably the yellow weapons, since I have 2 purples. Typically on this too, so this guy's a pain in the ass to, you want to kill the shotgunner before he gets to you. Because he'll actually do. And then on this case, yep, this is going to be bad. So now you can skip these guys, just run in. I'll actually use this to reset, get myself to full health. I was playing pretty freaking careless that was there, but...
Flare gun required for extraction
So
is
I've
now
got a flare
detected.
gun.
Core temperature is below optimal levels.
So I'm actually going here to grab a detect location. Because then this way, now I have enough in order to craft 2 weapons, high-end versions of basically what I have. I'm actually going to craft myself probably a scope as well for the scope for the sniper rifle, and see what else I can get. If I can craft, I mean, a holster would probably be pretty good. If not, then I'll just craft some
Readings indicate
scan
this
mods.
area is safe.
God damn, I guess I'm missing weapon parts, so I can't do that. So I'll craft a scope, and then I'll craft, pretty much just get reload speed mods for my other. That'll at least help the LMG reload faster. And then the rest would just be making some stamina mods. So this will just help survivability.
Core body temperature drop.
So now it's just a matter of trying to clear everything else that's getting all of the 2 more guys that are here. Actually wondering if the weapon that I've got there is the sustained. Nope. So this one's fierce destructive. It's decent. I don't need to pick up those. There's a shotgunner somewhere around here. Now I'll kill this guy. So backpack. Yeah, nope. Gloves. Health on kill. That's better.
Body temperature dropping below normal levels.
I'm probably actually just gonna swap to this. Just run dual LMGs. So what area I like to go up here is just this area. There's a patrol of guys that usually roam around here. There they are. There's a med kit that's here I forgot about. So normally I would go to the left. You would have there, what you call it, there's up there is a div tech, so it's a nice thing to grab. That's 4. So next one's gonna be doing sports store. I could probably skip these guys, but so there's some tools back there. There's another set of tools that are up here, but it's actually to the left over there if you see it. There's tools on that. Run this way. So the best thing to do is just to try and get these guys. Just take out as many as you can. So now typically what I do in this case, and this will also kind of depend
Drop in core temperature detected.
how there's a spawn that's down there, but what I'll do is I'll actually fight my hunter first, and then I can run over, I can kill the last point, and then come back, so I'm not wasting time. Here I'm just trying to get canned food. Because canned foods are a lot better. It's better for sustainment on this, since I don't have any sort of sustain on a weapon. I keep getting energy bars. Of course I would. So when I come up here, a lot of people, they like going up there for the cheese spot, but I just say fuck it. What I do is I go right here, shoot my flare, and it's disconnected from my hand. Now I wait and listen. So there's either hunter will spawn to my left, or will spawn behind me to my right.
High
So
threat
he spawned
hostile
behind me to my right, so right there. So he's dead. Now I run over to him because he might have a survival cache. If he does. So now I go to the other one. So basically the spawns that he can spawn at is one to the left, he can spawn to the right, that was over in the crates, or he spawns directly behind me. So based off of the noise of where I hear him and standing there, I have line of sight on all three of them. And you pretty much just gun them down, because the first thing that they're going to do is try and position themselves, and you can get them before they position themselves. So that actually went really good for that one. Sometimes you might miss them, they'll jump in between a couple of pieces of cover or something else like that, but it's not too bad. So these guys patrol, but they're pretty easy to get. So now the one thing I'm hoping is that I don't
Body
get
temperature dropping below normal levels.
there's a patrol of guys that run in through here and they can really kind of throw a monkey wrench into things. But hopefully that's not the case. And I can just murder all of these guys. So 6 caches. So now as long as nobody else really spawns at my location there,
Warning. Infection
that's what I'm
progressing.
really worried about. And I'm 28 minutes, so I'm probably
Core temperature is
I'm actually a little bit over
optimal
35
levels.
minutes right now though. But again, I was showing a little bit more kind of walk around. You notice there's a lot of loot that I didn't necessarily have to kill or collect. There's some NPCs and stuff that I could skip.
30 seconds.
So typically on this too. So a lot of people, again, they wait across. I think there's only like 2 other guys alive in this one, so I don't know necessarily if a guy's going to come spawn here and spawn another hunter.
15 seconds.
But typically where I would wait is just waiting in this stairway here, because you don't have to worry about being cold. The hunters won't spawn below you, they'll only spawn above you. They will rush into here, so you kind of got to be careful if they spawn in this area. They
Initiating
will
landing.
follow you in there, so. But once they say initiating landing, you know that no more hunters can spawn basically at that point. So now you rush out, and if you want to maximize your score, just make sure you eat some
Evac
food,
leaving in 30
drink
seconds.
some water, and get on the helicopter. And that's it. So basically, that's with the current global event, how, at least a speed run of doing it. There's a bit of sloppiness and some other things,
Evac
but
in 10 seconds.
I kind of started a bit further away. There's some other closer ones that you can get to, but I mean, for the most part, I spent a little bit more time than I needed to in the light zone, but I wanted to show just some
Evac hello, returning to
I guess,
lighthouse.
points of interest that I do along the way, and there's different areas that you can get spawns.
I was worried
But
about you there.
typically, if you're just
I'm surprised you
beelining
managed to get out
to
of
that little pulse
situation.
kind of area in the street, I call it,
Now get back here and let's get to work.
if you're beelining to that, that one area where you got to that little checkpoint and kind of climbed up, there's most of everything that you need in order to get into the dark zone is going to be there. So time-wise, yeah, 34 minutes. So 1 minute less than what I said I had before. So it's not too bad. I mean, score PvE 11,000. So you just basically would run 2 of these and you get yourself your 20,000 points. So not too bad getting 20,000 points in an hour. You can get 20,000 points if you try and do 2 hours-ish. It's going to take you about maybe at least, the shortest time it'll take you is an hour and a half. So it's more efficient to actually run 2 quick runs than it is to run 1 long run to try and get your 20,000 points. But yeah, most of the stuff that's on there, I mean, there's not, skip the antivirals, you don't need them, just killing NPCs for points. Survival time, this is your thirst score of what you got there, disease score and that. Yeah, I mean, gear score is 96, so I was doing this with purple weapons, first out with the chopper. I did get down, but then extracted, got 6 survival caches, so yeah, 6 survival caches in 34 minutes, not too bad. So anyway, thanks for watching.
Now entering a safe area.
Keep discoing, or something like that. But yeah, hopefully that helped out. Shows a lot of stuff. It's quite a bit what you can do. So typically, I guess without the global event, a run like that would take me about 45 minutes maybe on average. Typically because I'm not as aggressive, because I can't shock all the guys. Also, you don't have the bonus damage of the weapons, so you got to take that in account too. So typically, usually what I would do, there's a bit more div tech that I would farm in the dark zone actually before I start doing landmarks. And if you need to do that, there's division maps that you can look up that have the div tech locations, and like 90% of the div tech locations don't require you to really kill NPCs. So as long as you're kind of being stealthy and just waiting for them to path out of the way and not engaging them, you can run up, and then some of them are covered, you know, so if you're in DZ 1 and 2, they're like guarded by some red mobs or something like that. So you can typically loot about 30 division tech and actually maybe have to kill a handful of NPCs in order to get them. So, but also if you are looking for div tech, there's some that are underground in the subways. So that's where you're buying or crafting the advanced mask helps, because that allows you to go into the underground areas. And there's a few other areas I think that are contaminated that you can get into that have some div techs. But anyways, hopefully that helped you out, and thanks for watching.